supporting our veterans, along with my colleagues on the town board, Councilman Frank Farrell, who's my deputy supervisor. Frank. Councilwoman Ann Lindell Martin, Councilman John Sloan, and Councilman Richard Becker. We are all 110% supportive of our veterans, our men and our women. As I've said many times, our veterans have and are fighting for us, our families, and for our country, and now we have to continue to fight for them. A little history of why we're here today, if I may. The EUL, Enhanced Use Lease, expired December 31st, 2011. We thought we had won the fight to downsize our VA by the Department of the Veterans Affairs, 172 acres of land, and many of the 20 buildings to a private developer, not solely for our veterans, they said. We were very pleased, but said we would remain vigilant and continue to monitor the Department of Veterans Affairs in Washington about their plans with the VA, our VA. And that pledge led us here today. Willie and I and Neil learned about this just September, that the Department of Veterans Affairs wants to demolish 5 buildings, 25% of the total in 2014. And guess what? There's no official notification. There's nothing on their website. We just checked before we came here. We only heard by rumors that they were going to do this plan. We believe this is a backdoor way to dismantle our VA, 25% of the buildings. What happens if the next year they plan to demolish 5 more buildings, and then another 5? And pretty soon, you know, they only have the land left to allow the developers to come in and lease it, not solely for veterans. Their words. You all remember in the EUL? It said housing, not solely for veterans. They should be ashamed of themselves. It's disgraceful. Don't balance the VA's budget on the backs of our veterans. The veterans fought for us, and now we must continue to fight for them. They could remodel these buildings into a center for education, for schools, for learning new skills, trades, and professions, for returning and current veterans. Why not? Take the millions of dollars to dismantle the buildings and renovate them into a hub for useful veteran purposes, for jobs for our veterans, for men and women returning from war with PTSD, TBI, and who need rehabilitation. There's something called a Fisher House, the Fisher Development Company, who gives back to the veterans. They built one in San Antonio. Why not take a couple of these buildings, rehab them, allow loved ones to live with their loved ones coming back from the wars, being rehabilitated here? Why not? Take the millions of dollars and do something for veterans. Don't balance your budget on the back of veterans, we say. So in conclusion, our motto is revitalize the VA. Don't destroy and dismantle our VA. Thank you, and God bless our veterans, and God bless our country. Thank you very much. And now, not in any particular order, but we want to hear from some of our officials who came out today. Yes. What?
One last thing I have to say here. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. For those of you not aware of it, West Los Angeles, California, the veterans out there sued the VA in federal court. Why? They were using, I believe it was 200 acres for car rental space and making movies. Meanwhile, outside the fences, 200 veterans were living homeless in boxes. Okay? So that goes to show you what's going on. And one last thing that I forgot to say is the former director of this facility is now in Connecticut, and I got a call from my regional commander for the Northeast region wanting to know why he's over there dismantling that VA facility. Makes one wonder what's going on here, especially in the Northeast region and across the nation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Willie. Also, this land is on the Hudson River. There's no railroad tracks that go through it. It's pristine land. We're going to save it for our veterans to enjoy, not for a developer's big subdivision, not necessarily and solely for veterans.